19 years on YouTube. That's right, my YouTube channel turned 19 years old today. It may actually be the oldest active channel on YouTube because it's just 1.5 years newer than YouTube itself, and I started it just 1 month after Google bought it. If you know of an older active YouTube channel, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume it's mine and roll with it. You'll get to see career highlights from my YouTube channel as well as my musical growth, and you'll get to see some changes within YouTube itself, because when I uploaded my first video in 2006, the maximum resolution I believe at that time was 240p, and no, it didn't get above 320p until after Google bought it. So you'll probably notice a few other little changes with YouTube along the way, but you'll definitely notice changes with my channel. I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you will sit back and relax, maybe enjoy your favorite beverage with me. Mine happens to be unsweet tea. I'm going to have some peanut butter and chocolate along the way as well, and if I'm lucky, I'll have some Jaffa cakes by the end of the video, because if you don't already know, Jaffa cakes go hard, which you'll see later on as part of my first European tour that I got back from earlier this year. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Yeah, Mission Man!
You burn it. Boy dance, you burn it. Oh yeah, you burn it.
Yeah, brother.
33 degrees. Okay, way back.
Alright, this is getting recorded for the website. This one's called Playing a Little Basketball.
I recorded Playing a Little Basketball in 1996 when I was just 17 years old, so it's appropriate that this is one of the early clips, and you'll get to see that somebody handed me a leg while I was on stage, so I just went with it.
Thank you.
You may also notice in that video that I'm using a keyboard. That's what I used for some of my earlier shows. I later switched to a DVD player with my instrumentals, but that keyboard allowed me to have a little bit different feel than some of my newer shows would. And whoops, when I jumped off the stage and landed, it shook the stage enough that it actually paused that instrumental that's on that DVD player that I was talking about a moment ago. So I guess this show I used both the keyboard and the DVD instrumental.
Thank you. And you can stop that now.
For a lot of my shows, I had my fans volunteer to record the shows, and so when I said, "You can stop that now," I was talking to the person filming, but I think the audience all stopped applauding at that moment as well. That happened to be at Mickey Finn's Pub in Toledo. I loved the crowds up there, but after Mickey Finn's closed, I sadly could not perform in Toledo anymore because I never found a replacement venue that would have me up there. And I think this next clip is from the first time I performed with a band behind me. weightlifting gym. It's just a song about lifting weights that I had a surprising number of people connect with. I did it. I lifted weights to it. I actually enjoy it, and it just sounds like you're lifting weights while you're listening to it. So it's pretty cool. But it was neat to have that full band experience behind it. Play Ball is my fourth athletic-based song. First, Flannel Basketball, Weightlifting Jam, and Dirty Game came before it. Dirty Game was about 9-ball and how much I liked 8-ball more than 9-ball because 9-ball just feels dirty, like there's a bunch of luck involved, unless you're playing at the absolute highest level. But Play Ball is about kind of that line between dedication and kind of addiction. So that's why the song is a bit more serious in tone, and why the music is more serious to reflect that as well. Tone of the Pop, on the other hand, definitely not serious. You'll even see me wear my uniform at the time.
Thank you. And thank you, Heavy Noel.
From performing Tune at the Papa on stage with a full band in Columbus, Ohio, to performing by myself again in Columbus, Ohio at 7:30 in the morning, which is my earliest show ever on WNCI's Morning Zoo, all thanks to a friend of mine who submitted Tune at the Papa to their radio program. They played it in the morning several times and then asked me if I would come on the show and perform it live, and I happily said yes.
Dave and Jimmy. Welcome back to Dave and Jimmy's Storytellers. We're here in the Dave and Jimmy Storytellers studio with Gary, otherwise known as Mission Man. Oh, okay.
All right, well, I'll just go from there then.
Do it, buddy.
I am just chilling at the Papa. Chilling at the Papa with Michelle. She's making my day go so well. Even when I feel like I'm in hell, I am in heaven from 11 to 7, sometimes 8, 9, or 10. But then again, it could be worse. Could spend all day listening to Matt curse. Oh, I got couple cuts on my hands folding boxes, and time spend the day chasing foxes and scammers and the people who aren't where they're supposed to be, saying I'm sorry, my roommate was on the phone, or maybe they weren't even home. Calling from the cell phone, waiting on the metro, hoping to get home before we go on the D-Live, and I relive every moment as I give them the benefit of the doubt when they say that they were never out of their rooms. Oh, I zoom, 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 zoom back to the dorm, faster than norm, even though I can't stay warm because there's a winter storm. I am just chilling at the Papa.
A lot of my successes over the years have been thanks to fans and friends submitting my music to places I did not expect them to, and you'll see a lot more of that going forward. Well, before we go forward, we need to go back just a little bit to 2002. I recorded this video, animated this video entirely using Flash, which if you're unfamiliar was a program from the early days of high-speed internet meant for web-based videos, never meant to be a full-length animation program. So the video does look really goofy, but I thought it was worth sharing, and I hope you enjoy it.
You gotta want it, gotta have the fire, you gotta want it, gotta have desire, you gotta want it, gotta have the fire, you gotta want it, gotta have desire. The fire takes control of my body and my mind sometimes, like when I'm dropping down the right rise, but I'm not gonna hit the ground. I wake up in the morning and go to class and I dash home as fast as I can and study for a while.
And now we're going to go even further back in time to August of 1998. This is at CD World in Coleraine. It was a record store on the northwest side of Cincinnati. It is my first ever live performance.
Playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball.
There are actually multiple things that I want to react to from that video. First, yes, it's a very short clip, but it was like 25-minute long video that was recorded on a camcorder that my dad bought, I think in 1987, that my friend Carrie was brave enough to put on her shoulder because it's fairly heavy. It's not like holding a phone, like it actually, hurts your shoulder after a while. So thank you, Carrie, for holding that camcorder for that time to get that shot. My first album came out in January of 1997, and I didn't perform live for the first time until August of 1998, because initially I just wanted to be a recording musician. I just wanted to record songs, put them out there, hopefully get people to buy them. Wasn't intending on performing live, but I realized after a while that I needed to perform live in order to have any chance of actually selling records beyond just a handful of high school people that I knew that would be willing to buy the record just because it was a neat thing. And once I started performing live, I loved it so much because I got to interact with the crowd. Now, in this particular case for this video, there were just a couple of people that were walking through the store, rifling through records and hearing me in the background. But it was still a great first experience. I did have a little bit of a headache that day, and that's even referenced to my song Open Mic. The first time I performed in person, it made me so nervous. I was actually legitimately nervous for that performance.
Like maybe a series of bad decisions, and even looking back, I still don't have the vision to see 2020, but I know many love me.
I included that clip of Decisions because it shows just how much fun I have on stage, especially when the crowd's getting into it. And this next video is the official music video for Freedom. It shows a lot of the behind-the-scenes work that goes into being an independent musician, especially specific to the time period of the early 2010s because it was very CD-based and not as much digital. So you get to see a lot of stuffing CDs and other things that go into it. And I think this is a wonderful representation of life as an independent musician.
It's not money that I want, see. I'm not motivated by greed, I want to be free. And I'm determined to get there the right way, regardless of what others might say. I'll continue being the nice guy I've always been, and resist the temptation to go for the easy win, because I don't want a devilish grin. I want the smile to touch my eyes, so I do not look through lies. Want to see the world I will have created, and won't be devastated by how I've made it. When I was 13, I could step to a talent agent, the words she said will always stay in my mind as I rewind through time. She said, "Rocket's on its way out, and you should do something that's you." I've continued rapping and always stay true.
As you saw, that's the behind the scenes of being an independent musician in the 2010s. It's much more digital now, but still the same level of effort. Still the same amount of things that you have to do as an independent musician to have those wonderful moments on stage.
Sometimes I just wanna get down. Sometimes I just wanna get down.
From fun moments on stage to fun music videos that took a whole lot of effort to put together. I spent 4 months, 30 hours a week animating the video, and then at night it would take me 8 hours sometimes to render a 4-second scene. So I'd hit render and then I'd go to sleep, and sometimes it'd be ready when I woke up the next morning. After spending 5 or 6 hours that day working on those 4 seconds of animation, I used a little bit of Blender to get the actual models there, and then the animation I did in DAZ 3D for the first half of the video and Carrera 3D for the second half of the video, because I did actually buy the asset of the stage, but then everything else I kind of put together from there. Again, 4 months, 30 hours a week, but absolutely worth it because this video is the best video I have ever made.
I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. We all have something that we've been through, and I believe in you. I believe you climb out of debt, even if you can't see how yet. You'll do fantastic at the LASIK program. Tell me to collapse your synaptic codes, and you'll still walk with your tears and the tears that you cry. Will tell you why every moment was worth it, no matter how much you are hurting, we're working and paying your own bills. Harvesting the seeds that you sown will. Reaping some rewards, and the law with yours. I believe you'll make it on Broadway. When you hear the songs, play, you dance to your own steps, cause you have what it takes to learn from your mistakes. And when you fall, all you need is a friendly hand to help you stand. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder if we'll be taken under by the stress and the pressure. Will it get you down? Are you the best around? Or just the next in town? Either way, don't go running for the exit now. Don't worry about getting found by anyone but you. When you see the view of your own inner beauty, it'll be the most amazing thing you'll ever see. Now imagine that expanding till the entire planet is standing hand in hand and helping each other grow. Start off slow, but soon you'll feel the flow of energy right through you in ways, and we'll all break, we won't be alone. Together we'll have grown, and after you let the hope in, there'll be a moment when your friend needs you the most, and you'll be a rock instead of a ghost, cause a helping hand lifts you to higher ground. This is the love that I found, and if only you believe like I believe in miracles, I can hear it all. We can fly like a shooting star and take pride in who we are. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we'll find the answers to be cancer in my lifetime, so that when our kids write rhymes, they won't be about the unnecessary pain, cause in vain we can take away from the strain, cause of fame and judge, and not to love their lives. We just need to love instead of judge. I'm not telling you how to live, I just want to give words of encouragement and see what happens when the words are said. Have you really heard them yet? I believe in you, and I believe it's true that we can all do what we love to do. We just need a little love and a lot of help. I believe in you, I hope you believe in yourself. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder, and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other.
Yes, I did actually have LASIK eye surgery when I was 22. I started wearing glasses when I was 8 years old, and by the time I was 22, the power in my contacts was a negative 5.25, which means I was essentially blind without my contacts in or my glasses on. So LASIK eye surgery is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. This next clip is from the official music video for Living to the Rhythm. It is one of the first story-driven videos that I made.
I need to learn to stop trying and just do, so I put down my cue and walk out the door, looking for something I've looked for before. I'm living to the rhythm, living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm of the night. I'm living to the rhythm, living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm of the night. Walking around town searching for something I'd never found, no matter how many times I've looked. I feel like I keep reading the same chapter in this book, and I'm hooked. Other night passing through songs, seeing all kinds of places that I don't belong, and all sorts of people who get me wrong. Looking up at the moon, wanting to find it soon. Staring up at the beauty of the stars. It could be right in front of me, but feels so far. So I keep walking, hit occasional deep talking, but I mean just hear clips and phrases. I see someone make a mistake, learn how to erase it. It makes me think about the life of lead. Wondering if it would have been better if I left some things unsaid, focusing more on missed opportunities and empty promises. So listen for all they do for me. I feel still not and still I care. But my search ends when I get a text from a friend saying they see the same trends. The other night spans reply hit send, telling I haven't found love, but all said, all forced drug. So now we're mounted down to Fort and him. Wondering if we see any more mayhem. When we run out of thoughts, what do we say then? We replace them until we're at east for the night. We part ways, feeling alright, and I close my eyes at first light. Living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm of the night. I'm living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm of the night. I'm living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm of the night. I'm living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm, I'm living to the rhythm of the night. I'm living to the rhythm.
When I was recording that official music video, that was just something random that somebody said in the background that I threw in during the line, and mainly just hear clips and phrases.
I am Mission Man, I'm performing now. I want to first of all thank Edna and Dottie for helping me get up here. Been wanting to do Real Life for Life for years. I finally got to do it the first time last year, and I'm doing it again now. The reason I'm here is in honor of my mom's memory. She passed away in '94 from cancer, and I actually started doing the benefit concert in 2004 to raise money for the American Cancer Society, and I'm glad I can be a part of this now too. I was 15 at the time. She was in her 40s with 4 kids, working full-time, going to school for a PhD, and had nothing but love for us when we got home. So she's truly an inspiration, and tonight says her. I believe y'all wonder, and it'll be a wonder, won't we all believe in each other? I believe upon the answer to the kids in my lifetime, so when they get the right rhyme, they won't be about the unnecessary things of the we can take away from the screen, cause I'm in the judge at 9, put a love of the life, we just need love instead of judge. I'm not telling you how to live, I just want to give words of encouragement, see what happens to the words you say. Have you really heard them yet? I believe in you when I believe it's true, so we can all do what we love to do, we just need a little love and a lot of help. I believe in you, I believe in yourself. I believe we all wonder and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other.
Relay for Life and Playing for a Cure were the most meaningful concerts that I've ever been involved with, because they allowed me to process, what happened with my mom passing away when I was 15 of cancer, and being able to give back to cancer research to honor her memory, and even the interacting with radio stations and marketing the events and talking about the events definitely helped me process a lot of the things that I may not have processed otherwise. And this next video actually ends with the flyer for Playing for a Cure, my very first Playing for a Cure event, September 27, 2004, which was on the 10-year anniversary of when my mom passed away. But the video does kind of go through, from the very first album release all the way up to 2004. There are also some photos from those early Playing for a Cure events as well.
My voice is my wisdom, my choices, decisions, actions, and the lack of it brought me to see what's wrong with my life. So it's time to make it right, time to make it happen. Time to fill my life with my music and my rap. And the apartment's a mess, and I'm feeling the stress and being behind on bills. And I've lost my will for a moment as my mind is roaming all over the universe as my thoughts disperse to everywhere except where they belong. Time to relocate what makes me strong. Time to face the facts and relax. Time to make it right, time to make it happen. Time to fill my life with my music and my rapping. Time to make it right, time to make it happen. Time to fill my life with my music and my rapping. I'm 21, just 10 years later. Time to flip the switch on the fader. I won't give in to the dark side like Zeta. I refuse to feel envy and jealousy, cause I'm doing well, you see. I've been through more than 1 or 2 of these, so we'll make the most of my opportunities. That's why I have a job that's great, because of my potential to make my growth exponential and be so influential
special. Letting others learn from what I've done, creating what I've become. I had to accept this much beyond my control, but I won't let anger devour my soul. I won't let it be that big control my destiny, and so there's nothing left of me. Instead I choose ecstasy by accepting me. I will work hard for what I love, and I know that will be enough. Even if everything else crumbles to dust, I won't double from lust, instead I'll double my trust and of all I was, as I embrace change and erase change from the picture, and switch her to pleasure and treasure everything I created, knowing that I made it. My life is filled with my music and my rapping. My heart is filled with true love and passion. My ears are filled with echoes from my laughing. I will always make it right when I make it happen. My life is filled with my music and my rapping. My heart is filled with true love and passion. My ears are filled with echoes from my laughing. I will always make it right when I make it happen.
So that video actually did include some photos from 2005 and I think even 2006 as well. So that does really get you all the way caught up to when I started my YouTube channel in November of 2006. And this next video is from the official music video for I Don't Need It, the clip from that. And there's a reference to Katamari Damacy, which is one of my favorite game series of all time, possibly my very favorite video game series of all time. My favorite individual game is Phantasy Star for the original Sega Master System. But the Katamari series I have played so many times. It's so addictive and so fun. And it has been a big part of holiday get-togethers for many years. So that's why I had the reference in there.
I don't need an entourage, but a big mirage says I'm the king of the gods. I don't want anyone to think I'm the best. The thing is I'm blessed because I have something that completes me. My ego grew too tall as I shot up 8 inches in 3 months. It seems I grew up all at once, but it was just physical. I couldn't fit it all together till it all fell apart and I had to restart. Some pieces I left behind, others I still have to find. There's something I will do with time, but I'm not in a rush. I want to enjoy the touch and remember the hush, the silence, because no one is there. Some moments weren't fair, or at least that's how it seemed. But the sleepless nights made me appreciate dreams. I don't need, I just want to invent.
And the loading screen there definitely cracks me up because of all the times that I had to wait for games to load.
I have to be going forward until there's no more words and I can just feel what I know is real. We all had to start over sometime, somewhere. Once there, how do we know where to go? We all had to start over sometime, somewhere. Once there, how do we know where to go? I've moved on many times myself and seen the struggle in someone else. They wish me luck but hate saying goodbye.
And I included the clip from the Starting Over official music video in there because sometimes I do have more serious songs. I was also learning in that video how to do some effects, and they looked somewhat decent at times in that video, and sometimes you got very jerky motion. So it's something I learned from and improved along the way. This entire next section is from the Do What You Love official documentary about me. I was lucky enough to have a fan of mine in Brooklyn share my music with a bunch of his friends, one of which is a filmmaker, and Lawrence Kim, that filmmaker, flew in to Ohio to film me for a couple days and recorded a bunch of footage in other places. But I happened to have 2 shows that night, one in Akron and one in Kent, because they're not geographically far apart. And I think those 2 shows showed a perfect dichotomy of what happens when I have, basically nobody or have an incredible crowd. And so I was very lucky in that aspect. But Lawrence also did an incredible job with the documentary. You can see the entire film on his YouTube channel or on Vimeo. I'll have links in the description for that and a bunch of the other videos that I reference in this one.
I choose to focus on the positive because I don't have long to live in. I want to live a life alive, that's why my love and give until I die. I choose to focus on the positive because I don't have long to live in. I want to live a life alive, that's why my love and give until I die.
The first night Gary came out there, the crowd I don't think took him so warmly.
I did it for about 6 weeks and got no response whatsoever. I mean, people would just stare at me blankly. They had no idea what to think.
It was hurting our crowd and hurting our business and taking money out of my pocket.
I decided I'd do it one more time and see what happens. Otherwise I'd figure out something else. And that week I did a medley of Playing a Little Basketball, Weightlifting Jam, and Chilling with the Papa. And as soon as I finished the Chilling with the Papa, there were 5 people just going crazy, you know, screaming and yelling for more Mission Man, and that's when I decided to keep doing it, and that's when my following built up.
A group of people got him, and they came into the bar, and it became an event.
Sometimes like people are completely into it, and sometimes people are, the floor is absolutely clear. Like, it's absolutely clear. Either way, Gary's like 100%.
And he just keeps on doing it because he loves it, because he's passionate about it. He, you know, goes out on tour and he says, like, yeah, I lost money on the tour and I had a great time.
I caught a glimpse of a dream this weekend.
Is this single-mindedness, is this sort of like hell-bentedness, like I want to be Mission Man, I want to be a success, I want to be a career musician, is this hurting him? You know, he's still young right now, but if he keeps at it for a while, like where's Mission Man 10 years from now? I'm torn as a fan, or as someone who cares about Gary on some level. It's like, I want to see him keep going with it, but at the same time, I don't want to see him living in sort of near poverty for the rest of his life.
This girl requested to have Gary deliver, or she didn't want it. So I took it, and I knock on the door, and these 2 girls answer the door, and they just kind of stare at me blankly for a second, and then a guy in the background goes, yeah, that's him. And so the one girl starts doing this, acting like she's gonna faint, and the other girl's like, come in, and they have this really nice camera, and they're taking pictures, and the girl's like, can I kiss you on the cheek? And I'm like, fine. So she kisses me on the cheek and holds the pose while they're taking the picture, and the guy who's sitting on the couch like, you need to control your girlfriend, and the other girl finally is able to talk. She goes, this means so much. And I'm walking out, and as the door is closing, I hear the guy go, oh, it's like Bruce Springsteen just delivered our pizza. And the ironical part about it is that the total was $9.99, and they gave me $10. So I got a penny tip. So it was a very funny moment of, I feel like such a celebrity, and yet I still have this job where I'm delivering pizzas and not getting tipped by someone.
There were some people who were total assholes, and they would make fun of them.
You haven't tried one? Your shit sucks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
And he just keeps a smile on his face and deals with it and keeps on going and keeps on chasing the dream. And I think everybody can learn from Mission Man about that.
People have you know, been insulting of not, you know, not just his music in a critical sense, but insulting of him for doing it.
I've been ridiculed by countless people. They rather look down than treat me as an equal. I screwed up, but so what? Sometimes life is so tough. It's all the wrong problem causes many others. Instead of beating people down, we need to live as lovers. I vow not to judge because it's not my place.
Well, I play in a band, and I've always found Mission Man to be like just very inspirational to me. I'll play a show and it won't go very well, or I'll see a band that I think is great, and I'm just like, why am I even doing this? Like, you know, nobody cares. It's not all that good. And not to say that Mission Man is not that good, but there's like nothing that can ever stop that guy from playing music. I think he'll take the harshest criticism and try to make himself better. Mission Man keeps going, like I can keep going too.
There's one more thing I understand. I just want to listen to it.
Even watching clips from that documentary just reminds me, you know, just how grateful I am for all the experiences that I've had because of music, the impact that I've made on people, and the impact that people have had on me as part of making music. I'm extremely grateful to have that documentary out there.
In 2019, I was lucky enough to go on an absolutely unbelievable road trip spanning 26 states in a 7-week period and spent time in 32 states throughout the year. So I was able to perform in some unique locations and tell stories from unique places. These are clips from some of those behind the songs and behind the videos.
I am at UCF, University of Central Florida. This is the origin story for me because this is where I first started rapping in 1992. I was walking with my friend BJ to go play basketball here at University of Central Florida on the courts you'll see in just a moment. And he told me to kick a rap. I was like, I can't rap, man. He's like, man, just kick a rap. So I did, and it was a 30-second freestyle, and I memorized that song. Basketball is a huge part of my life at that point, and that's when I started rapping.
This video includes clips from a whole lot of those summer activities. This is called Break Out of That Funk.
Break out of that funk. Break out of that funk. Break out of that funk. You helped me selflessly, you've been there more times than I can count, whether I've been down and out or jumping on the moon.
Obviously, I had a GoPro for some of those shots, and in this next video, I flew an airplane for all of 5 seconds by myself. The rest of the time, there was a co-pilot there, but that's the only time I've ever touched the steering wheel, or whatever it's called, inside of an airplane. I wrote this next song while I was in an airplane, and I didn't have a notebook with me. I just had a couple of receipts from something, so I was writing on the back of receipts. But I came up with the concept of, could we invent shoes that would allow us to walk on clouds? And if we could do that, what could we then do from there? Let your imagination run free with that as much as you want.
Let's go cloud walking. Let's go cloud walking. Let's go cloud walking. Let's walk among the clouds. Do you dream as big as I do? Do you want this world to seem too good to be true? Do you think that you could invent shoes that would allow us to walk among the clouds? Could you try to see the possibility? Let's be free. Let's be free and go cloud walking. Let's go cloud walking. Let's walk among the clouds.
If you've been a fan of mine for a while, you know that Prince is my favorite musician. So when I got a chance to walk down the same road that Prince rode his motorcycle down in Purple Rain, I had to take advantage of that opportunity. And so you will see that in this next video.
You're not defined by your wealth, then neither am I. We can all light up the sky if we look up and shine at the same time. There are billions of stars, reflections of who we are, each one unique, just like you and me. So it's time to be free, travel far, and let my reflection be a shooting star. This is why I'm here, this is why I'm here.
And almost 20 years after recording the song Chillin' at the Papa, I finally recorded an official music video for it and made a very tasty pizza in the process.
I got a couple of cuts on my hands folding boxes, and time spend the day chasing foxes and scammers and the people who aren't where they're supposed to be, saying I'm sorry, my room was on the phone, or maybe they weren't even home. Hello? Hi, did you order pizza? No. Is this 308 McCracken Hall? Yes. Did your roommate order? I don't know. Click. I am just chilling at the Papa. We are just chilling at the Papa.
Cheers.
No, your pizza never arrived last night. I think the delivery guy ate it. Anyway, could I call you back? I gotta shoot this promo spot for the end of the Mission Man video. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to Mission Man on YouTube and tell him I said hi. Alright, bye. Bye.
And while I used a Snapchat filter to change my appearance from male to female, that is actually my voice that I'm using in the video. There's no filter. It's just me going, bye. Bye.
This is my open mic, and I'm hoping tonight that when I show you my light, you'll understand what I write. This is me, showing you my heart and my words. I don't know where to start, but you may have heard that there's a stage and it's open to all. I don't know how many of you are hoping to fall, but even if I fall all the way down to the ground and cover my face in a broken shards, my empty plate is nothing for hate. Now much respect for anyone who gets it, open mic check, cause the first verse I disperse in person made me so nervous.
Remember, way earlier, how I talked about I was very nervous about my first performance. That's what I'm talking about in open mic. Look at that, foreshadowing from like a while ago. Anyway, this next video shows how I ended up having my music on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
A song by a singer called Mission Man. Yeah, Mission Man, there it is. He's keeping score right there. What is he doing? He's keeping score. It looks like it's 1-0 in basketball. His song is called The Little Basketball, which means, very interesting, to start a basketball game up 1-0. It had to be a foul. It has to be a foul. This is very rare to start off any basketball game.
You get 0-0.
No, well, you get 2 points, but yeah, but if you get 1 point, that's very rare. So anyways, let's listen to it. This is Mission Man. The song is called Playing a Little Basketball. I'll tell you what, at least the one thing he's got going for it is very easy to follow what he's saying.
Yeah. I have no idea what he's saying.
Basketball.
That's it.
Oh.
And that was the biggest moment of exposure for my music at any point in time, because when I checked the YouTube video the next day, it had something like 160,000 views before it was taken down. And I think probably, a couple million people saw it live. And it was just a tremendous time for that to happen, because it was 1 month after my dad passed away. And so it was a moment of joy in an otherwise dark time. And it's all because a fan of mine submitted the song to his Do Not playlist. Also, I pulled the clip off of archive.org because I believe that one of the other artists put a copyright strike onto that video because they didn't respond the same way that I did to being insulted on national television, whereas I saw it as just a moment of exposure and light fun. There are some that definitely would not. And on the subject of my dad passing away, this song is about my dad passing away and selling some of his belongings after he passed, selling the memories that were involved with those, even if those weren't my memories. Peter did an amazing job picking up the guitar on this. Because I'm not classically trained, I couldn't tell him how to do it, but he played it completely by ear.
So I got my friend Peter Vilardi here on my little iPad coming through. He's going to play the guitar for Tilt the Axis, and I'm going to do the vocals. Peter Vilardi, like me, plays all his own instruments, and he raps and sings. So if you get a chance, check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel right here above and in the description. So say hi, Peter.
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right.
Let's tilt the axis, huh?
All right, we're going to tilt the axis now. Every time I sell something, I'm losing a memory. Even though it's not a memory of me, it's something great that used to be. A way of traveling through time, through someone else's mind. I thrive in the chaos and arrive in the sands, bring myself back in the deck. I'm stuck in my head, looking at my soul in the wrong places. I'm beyond space, need to rely on my mind to find the time is not linear. My thoughts are not singular, tilt the axis, till the atlas is lying flat on its back. Since I need a fresh perspective, my collective to understand the essence, the present sentence, my structure to send the press for a moment spans eternity. Learn with me, help me find my way around without boundaries, back to where you found me at the intersection of imagination, creation, reality, and what we see. I am free.
There was also a tremendously difficult part in that from a technical standpoint, because there was a delay in the live performance. So Peter had to play the guitar part and somewhat ignore what I was singing, because I had to wait like a second or two for the music to come through in order to sing along with it. That's also why you hear this little like sound every once in a while, because that is the noise cancellation trying to kick in automatically. And at this point, we're into 2020, so I was watching a bunch of random stuff on YouTube because I was unemployed, and I watched Niella's Marble League and got inspired to create my own marble rap league, where I would have marbles race in this homemade track that I made, and then freestyle rap what was happening in the event. And this video took that entire season and turned it into the official music video for I Can Feel the Love remix.
I will overcome this writer's block as I fight this clock and fit time into the tightest spot. Mine is not the story that you normally hear. Time to open the hearts with warm for ears. It won't give you a cold shoulder as I grow older. I just have to let the ice melt and tell you how I felt and use my passion to make all this happen. For almost 20 years I've been rapping. It never matters if I'm a better when the record shatters. So long as I have respect for the game. When I step to the plate, people expect from the days I left how it came. I was taking a swing with the glimmer in my eyes, so it shimmers so high. That's why the fire never simmers on the side. It always burns full seas. You'll dream strongly as I do, and not true when I tell you that the way I play makes me feel the love. I can feel the love, I can feel the love. I can feel the love, I can feel the love.
This is my NPR Tiny Desk concert series submission. As you can see here, I am starting off with a blank page, and I am going to perform my song, my original song, We're All Superheroes. We're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, yes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, yes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes. So that is the end of the song, and I just wanted to show you what this is saying. Is writing while performing a song a superhero power? I don't know, but I know you are a superhero. It's mainly just proof that people can do things that they didn't realize that they could do. And writing one set of words while performing another is not something I ever thought I could do either, until I was practicing one day and had to write something down and realized I could do it. So hopefully you find some kind of superhero power like that, but more importantly, the strength of superheroes comes from love, and the love of family, the love of friends, and even the love of strangers. And so that's kind of what the song is about, and that's what the message of writing all of this about while performing the song.
From performing one set of words while writing another, to then making one-man band versions of several of my songs by recording each part individually and putting them together in a video. These are the one-man band versions of several of my songs.
You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You are the reason why I said thank you all very much for watching this special one-man band version of Extra. I believe we all wonder and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. I believe we all wonder and it'll be a wonder when we all believe in each other. We're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, yes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, yes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, yes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes.
This is love here today, this is love here today. This is our song, we are truly strong. This is our song, we are truly strong. This is our song, so let's all sing along. This is our song. Such a touchy remote with love we find hope. We chill and see notes as our dreams float on the wings of a spirit. We can all feel it and we can all hear it in all of our lyrics. Such a touchy remote with love we find hope. With love we find hope. With love we find hope. Such a touchy remote with love we find hope. With love we find hope. With love we find hope.
From one-man band performances to more collaborative kind of videos, this one was a fun performance in DJ Barticus's basement as part of Jack Shack TV with some neat little effects and just a wonderful moment where I actually had a very intimate performance with some very good fans and a close friend in DJ Barticus, who's been spinning records in Athens for a long time and bringing lots of joy to lots of people's faces.
No matter what you love, just go out and do it. Don't let other people screw with your plans and dreams. The hands, they seem like they're losing strength to hang on. Just do what you love and they'll always stay strong. Do what you love. Do what you love.
And more collaborative efforts. This is from my live album RnR Playdate with a bunch of very talented musicians and friends of mine from Dayton, Ohio that I met through music.
This is it's the first time I've had my guitar on stage in about 10 years, and I've actually never played guitar with a live instrumentalist of any kind before. So I'm also never rapped while playing guitar before. So this should all be very new and interesting. And see how I do. I don't know what's on the story, but it's all it's on the hurt. It's so I should pass it on to you. It's up to you to believe that it's true. Then you all can have it all. So mad, so when you bring up your day, just look at yourself in the mirror and say, you look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You are the reason why I sing. Thank you. Thank you, Jay, Greg, and Chris.
Please put your hands together for the live band experience of Mission Man.
I want to appoint Jay as the honorary band leader for the evening. Since I'm not used to working with a band, I don't know when to tell them to stop or any of those visual cues. So Jay's been doing that for me. He's doing a great job. This next one's playing a little basketball, and Todd, if you want to come up for this, you're welcome to. And it looks like he wants to.
channel number 2, aux 1 up. So let's feedback. Baby.
Yeah.
You didn't say please, Todd Fox.
Please, Todd the Fox.
Thank you. Please, yeah, please, Todd the Fox. I'll please, Todd the Fox.
And I'm open tonight. I'll show you my life. You'll understand when I write. This is me, showing you my heart with the words. I don't know where to start, but you may have heard that there's a stage and it's open to all. I don't know how that you are hoping to fall, but you will fall down to the ground. I cover my face and show up like you motivate. I must respect, but anyone gets it over. We can do it, man.
Tell them about the merch there.
Oh, yeah. Before we do this first last song, I do have CDs and t-shirts for sale if anybody's interested. The song's called Adventure. It's the first one I ever did. Stereo, keep up the bass. Don't give me bass. I don't waste time as I keep this dope crowd. Because it's the thing that you like. Oh, yeah. That's right.
This man has quit his job on a mission to be a man who's going to bring the jams to you.
There have been many times where I've quit my job to pursue music, only to go back a few weeks or a couple months later. But I'm very glad that I always took that risk and pursued music as hard as I did. It has allowed me to have all of the wonderful experiences I've had, including that live band performance. Again, that's called RnR Playdate. You can watch the entire thing on my channel, or you can listen to it on streaming services. This next clip is from the official music video for We're All Superheroes. I made a video game out of my fans. I had them submit a bunch of images to use in animated GIFs for my website so that I could make that game. It's based on Phantasy Star, essentially just those 8-bit RPGs, and had the characters in there. And the official music video for We're All Superheroes is essentially a walkthrough for that video game.
We're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, yes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, we're all superheroes, yes, we're all superheroes. And our hearts race, we're at our best, and we're truly blessed. Nothing can stop us, even through the pain. I do anything for you, and I know you do the same. If I were the one who needed to be rescued, yes, you be my superhero. Risking your world for me so we can see the beauty of this world and its humanity. All the flaws and imperfections as we pause at intersections. Doing the best when we have a question. Are we destined or do we control our own fate? Sometimes we just have to wait. But when you're uncertain, I'll be there for you. Because you are my superhero too. We're all superheroes, 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 we're all.
And this next video and song are the official influence for this shirt. You are extra amazing. There's also one backwards so that when you look in the mirror, you remind yourself how extra amazing you are every time you look in the mirror.
All from the words that I heard, and a self-esteem can manifest itself as hope. However, live my dreams, and it seems that I should pass it on to you. It's up to you to believe that it's true. Then we all can have it all, and it can be so magical. So when you need to brighten up your day, just look at yourself in the mirror and say, you look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You are the reason why I sing.
That video obviously took some time to make. I went frame by frame using GIMP, which is similar to Photoshop but free, to make those effects where I'm dancing on Saturn, making the car fly, etc. And at one point during the video, I show my car going from damaged to not damaged because I got hit by a drunk driver, and in that image it was in the snow, and then in the next part of the video it was a completely sunny, beautiful day. So because it took so long to make that video, it gave time for that little time lapse to happen as well. And since many years later I made music videos for Chilling with the Papa and Playing a Little Basketball, I did the same for Weightlifting Jam.
Weightlifting Jam, weightlifting jam, weightlifting jam is the weightlifting jam.
One of the members of Heavy Mole was a member of the Butt Buddies. I did ask some fans for some remixes because I had already had some people submit instrumentals that I'd done collaborations on before. So I decided to try to make a full album out of it. And this is the Butt Buddies version of Do What You Love.
This is the first time the Butt Buddies have ever performed live. We're going to perform some songs with Mission Man, who we've been working with for years, really. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love.
And just a few more clips from some music videos.
Just love, funk, soul is. Just love, funk, soul is. Just love, funk, soul. That's not what music is about for me. It's undoubtedly about expression and growth. Exchanging aggression for hope, and the less the dope, cause my friends are so close. I'm not gonna talk trash about anyone. I'd rather have you send me love. I make music with no ego. I make music for me to grow. I make music with no ego. I make music for me to grow.
I'm on a low stress diet. Yo, just try it. I'm on a low stress diet. Yo, just try it. Yo, just try it.
Before I left, I retreated, I'm gonna play someday again. Then I joined to grab the tin of the rim, home for a second, then left and said late to be. That was the beginning of the multicultural team. We were playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball. I got homeschooled the next day and decided to ring up DJ to go play some ball down here with Jess. In no time at all, we became the best pair of balls in the schools, schools. We watched our opponents drool over the tools that we use as we abuse rules in the court. Playing a little basketball, but today the game is different. You had to be more than just physically gifted. Got another game, gotta claim every board as your own. Playing a little basketball.
Just a real quick, brief interruption from this commentary. While I was filming this, I ran into somebody that I knew because of music, and we had a little conversation. Anyway, this next clip is, or that last clip was from Playing a Little Basketball, the official music video for it. It is the first video where I actually hired a director. That director is Henrik Kudo, and it is his thumbnail. It is an image of him that was used on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. But this video was a fantastic thing to put together. I was lucky enough to have a couple of bands with full members come in to play at the Vandalia Rec Center with me. We rented out the gym. I got custom jerseys for everybody and just made an absolutely fun video for one of my most fun songs to perform and one of my most popular songs. So I was very glad that I got to do that. This clip is from the official music video for You Inspire Me. I wrote it after Prince passed away. He's obviously my biggest musical influence, and so this song is very guitar driven and makes a lot of Prince references within the song itself.
You inspire me to be the best that I've ever been. You inspire me. You inspire me. You inspire me to be the best that I've ever been. You inspire me. You inspire me. You inspire me to be the best that I've ever been. You inspire me. You inspire me. You inspire me to be the best that I've ever been. You inspire me. 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 You inspire me.
And being able to stand on the same First Avenue stage that Prince stood on in the movie Purple Rain and seeing Paisley Park and his recording studios and his creative process was an absolutely surreal experience as well.
Let's get groovin'. Let's get groovin'.
Let's Get Groovin' is just another behind the scenes how I actually perform the song kind of music video, but it also includes one of my longest guitar solos and definitely my funkiest with the amount of wah pedal that I use in it.
My dad had a camcorder when we were kids and used it to film a whole bunch of things, including my home high school basketball games at University High School in Orlando and Talawanda High School in Oxford, Ohio. And so after he passed away, I went through the footage of those high school basketball games and turned it into a video to honor his memory because he supported me in everything that I did, whether it was basketball, music, or anything else in life. So thank you, Dad.
so nobody's stole the whole quarter. Is that the point? Yeah. 6 points again.
Playing a little basketball. I also translated the song into Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. Got on book basketball, who got on book basketball, who got on book basketball, who got on book basketball, un día cuando sobre el manero conoce un niño llamado Mitch dijo, hey, wanna play, dije tres de play, tome tres, lo pedido y agarro el rebote rojo, nunca escuché el sonido. You'll hear the Portuguese and Italian versions later, but the Portuguese version came about because a fan of mine in Portugal saw the video on YouTube and asked me to translate the song into Portuguese. And this next song, Already Obsolete, really is just about nostalgia, but also talks about artificial intelligence in the second verse. And I am of the opinion that no matter how advanced artificial intelligence gets, humans will always make better music because music is a reflection of humanity.
This song's already obsolete. This song's already obsolete. This song's already obsolete. But you know what? I made this beat.
These next two clips both feature MC Freeman. In the first one for Tilt the Axis, he's the first person to play that particular guitar on stage except for myself because that guitar was a gift from my dad from 27 years ago. And it was great to be able to perform that song live with him as opposed to just the quarantine version that you saw earlier. And the second clip will be with his group, 96E.
I thrive in the chaos and I ride in the sand, turn myself down and stand. I'm stuck in my head, looking my soul in the wrong place, somewhere beyond space. And maybe girl, I'm a mind fine, but time is not linear. My thoughts are not singular. Till the axis to the atlas is lying flat on its back. Since I need a fresh perspective from my collective, understand the essence of present sentence, my structure to withstand the pressure of a moment spans eternity and learn with me. Help me find a way around without boundaries, back to where you found me at the intersection of imagination, creation, reality, and what we see. I am free. Thank you, MC Freeman.
Mission Man has been in the industry for over 25 years, and we have had the very fortunate occasion to collaborate with him on a song back in the day when we were living over on Northwood and doing shows much like this. We made a song about what our life was like at that time. It was happy, it was carefree, it was innocent, naive even. We were Suncast. We got other friends, we ain't got no enemies. I'm just chilling with my D-list celebrities. 1960s, selling cash on the regular. Catching cases, all Vice City. It's so ridiculous, I know it's ridiculous. I need to leverage it to get it better. Suncast, I will let the sun dance. Suncast, oh, I have to run fast, oh, I have to run fast, because my skin burns even in the winter.
As part of that tour, I stayed in a tiny house.
Hi, it's Mission Man, and this is the modern tour lifestyle. I'm staying in a tiny house, and in just a moment, you'll see me at a different angle, and you'll be able to see the whole thing. And here I am, at the other angle. Here, I'll do a quick panoramic. That's where I was. And this is the entire thing. I thought I'd bring you a fun little video from here. I'm going to perform a little about me and then tell you the story behind it. Hey sugar little lady, getting to know me. Let me show thee rivers to my soul so we can take a stroll. We'll occasionally start to knock down some more walls. In the skylift at Natural Bridge State Park on my way up to see the Natural Bridge Road. And I'm going to perform the song Low Stress Diet and then tell you the story behind it. Family, friends, music, and love are all that I need because it truly enough. Now that I'm at the top of Natural Bridge, I'm going to tell the story behind Low Stress Diet. And basically when I lived in Chicago, I had the wrong kind of stress. I ended up gaining 30 pounds from stress eating and ended up with like a hernia out of it, and I eventually got repaired about 10 years later, and learned that I just needed to make decisions based on stress levels and
you can't really eliminate stress entirely, but you can have the right kinds of stress in your life. And so things like this, where I am making these videos, putting myself financial risks to do these things, it's the right kind of stress for me. It's the kind of stress that I can handle. The song also can be summed up in the first few lines where I say family, friends, music, and love are all that I need because they're truly enough. I just slid down a wet slide with my toddler nephew. And anyway, these next videos are clips from some karaoke videos that I made from some of my most popular songs.
So feel free to sing along. Okay, so it's just the one video for now, but you'll see more karaoke later.
Starting to work on the official music video for Turn on the Stereo, and I would love to have you be in the video.
Pick up the bass and we will make space to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together, to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together.
It's my brand new song. I have not performed it before. Give me a ha ha homonym. Give me a ha ha homonym. Give me a ha ha homonym. Ha homonym. Ha homonym.
Give me a homonym for ha-ha. Give me a homonym for ha-ha. Give me a homonym for ha-ha. Ha-ha, ha-ha. Give me a homonym for ha-ha. Give me a homonym for ha-ha. Give me a homonym for ha-ha. Ha-ha, ha-ha. It sounds like fun.
Extra karaoke. And here is that Portuguese version of Playing a Little Basketball.
Jogando pouco de basquete, um dia quando sobre el caminho, eu conheço menino chamado Vida, ela disse, hey, wanna play? Eu disse, today's gonna play. Eu pego este, se perder, agarro o rebote, jogo no chão, nunca ouvi o som do relógio, violando, eu estava penetrando, como as divas, eu ganhar.
But when I translated it into Portuguese, one of the decisions I made was to pronounce the D more like a duh as opposed to a ja, even though there are a lot more Portuguese speakers in Brazil because the request came from somebody in Portugal. And this was an extremely fun podcast to do with Shaggy. Shaggy said he asked some amazing questions and just had an overall wonderful podcast experience. It also happened to be on my birthday.
There it is. Woo! All right. Okay. So, happy birthday! There it is.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and let you take the floor.
My new album's out today. It's obviously my birthday. You just gave me a nice little celebration. And Gummy is my 14th album. MissionMan.net's my website. Thanks for stopping by.
So I'll let you know that anyone who watches my streams definitely knows who you are. Actually, a lot of like the things I wanted to discuss with you, especially the part where you said that you get a lot of like harsh comments and stuff like that, but it doesn't bother you. And I think that is something that a lot of people should like take in. I think you really do it in such a fascinating way, and because you've done it, you've done these amazing things. Like I saw that your music got played on Jimmy Fallon. Because it got played on Jimmy Fallon, you were able to get on the top 20 or what was it, top 30 chart with
Yeah, I was number 23 on the Denmark iTunes hip hop chart.
Yes. It's like, and that is so wild, and it all just came from being like having that tenacity that you have, keep going back at it, and you know, taking everything with stride, and like those types of things is one of the big reasons why I wanted to reach out and talk with you, is because I think that anybody and everybody, whether it's music or whether it's anything in their life, that they can learn a lot from it. And I think you could probably explain it the best to us. So
yeah, well, I mean, with music especially, it's probably true for just about anything with entrepreneurs. You're gonna get so much rejection that you just have to be able to accept it, because it's not like, I booked this tour in 2003 where I sent out 200 physical demos, and I booked 9 shows out of those 200 demos. That's a 95% rejection rate. But more importantly, it's a 4% acceptance rate, 4.5%. You know, and so that's how you had to look at it. You can either have it kind of weigh down on you and just be like crippling because there is a lot of negative feedback,
but there are extremely, like, there's just amazing feedback as well. Like, I've had somebody tell me that he met his future wife at one of my house shows in Athens, Ohio, and they're still married now. Like, it's just amazing little things like that that add up to just tremendous big things along the way. And it's all because you have to just, take the acceptance and kind of push out all the bad feedback.
It's just super amazing to hear that. And it's, so it kind of leads me into like how I found you actually. So the ad that I saw from you was this one that says, you are extra amazing. It's 4 seconds long.
Just a quick reminder, you are extra amazing.
I was genuinely baffled and confused, and I was like, what is he trying to sell me? Like, my brain went to, what is this guy like? What is he doing, huh? What's his whole channel about? So I clicked on your channel and realized you did music and just kind of deep dove on you. And just, yeah. And after that, I just learned so much about you and stuff. And now I got you here. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's a natural reaction. You're seeing an ad. Obviously, there's got to be something there, right? So I'm like, either somebody's going to watch that and they're just going to feel better about their day, or they're going to ignore it as an ad, or they're going to go check out my stuff. But even if they don't check out my stuff, I've still made a positive impact on somebody's day. So that's why it was money well spent to me, even if they never check out my stuff, because I'm making a positive impact, and that's part of why I make music.
What did that cost you and stuff to do just a quick ad like that?
So with YouTube, it depends on what kind of ad I'm running. So you can do the skipable ads and non-skipable ads. But on average, I think at that point when I was doing that ad, it was anywhere between 1 and 2 cents every time somebody watched it. Sometimes I was spending $10 a day. Sometimes it was $1. And then, I turn it off every once in a while because I only have so much money to do it.
Oh yeah, there was something that I saw in one of your videos, and it's that you put your pants on 2 legs at a time. You care to comment on that?
There's just this saying that I put my pants on one leg at a time. It's just like everybody else. And every time I see that, I'm like, I just put them on both at once. I mean, like sometimes I put them on one at a time, but I will sit at the edge of my bed and just pull them both up at the same time. And the point is, I think with that is it's funny, yes, especially in that video format, but it's also playing on the idea that what is normal anyway? Like, is it normal to put on one leg at a time? Is it normal to put on 2? Does it really matter?
You said that you started in like, what was it, like 98? You started doing like actual production and stuff, or?
Yeah, so my musical kind of growth there started off. My first album was just me, and I was using a keyboard as a beat machine, essentially. I was just pressing play and changing chord structure and stuff like that.
Right.
But there was one day when I was trying to record a friend of mine on my Sound Blaster Live card. This is how bad this technology was. And he was trying to play guitar on it, and it wasn't working. And I'm like, well, it works fine for what I do. And he goes, well, it may work for what you do, but it doesn't work for music. And at that point, I was just like, wow, that is like the most ruthless, hardcore thing I think anybody has said to me up to that point. And then I started thinking about it. There are limitations to just using the keyboard as a beat machine. I should learn how to play my own instruments. And so there are several albums that I have that are almost impossible to get a hold of now because they were learning experiments, essentially. I was playing the bass, the guitar, the keyboard, but I was all self-taught, and it's terrible production. A lot of it's just completely out of time. So there were like 3 albums where I kind of went backwards in order to go forwards because of that moment.
I decided to officially become international and look for an open mic in Tokyo. I love that you used the term that like you decided. And I mean, and like I was saying in the beginning, it is just about being like having that tenacity and going out. And you go on to say, before I left, I searched online with no luck, primarily because I can't read or speak Japanese. I posted on Facebook that I was looking for an open mic in Japan, and a fan of mine who saw me perform in Dayton, Ohio, and is currently living in Tokyo, told me about the Cosmos Cafe, and it's owned by a woman from Cleveland. 2 people who saw me perform there had also seen me perform in Columbus, Ohio. And that is amazing to me that you ended it. And I think that is so like almost unfathomable in a sense that these people from all the way in the States happen to see you out there and stuff. And that is so awesome. Just like I said, just putting yourself out there, you can really get a lot back from it.
Yeah. And that moment where I actually got that feedback too, I was like, wow, it's amazing how that works. Like I just asked and all this magic happened. And when I actually went to that open mic in Tokyo, 2 people came to see me. And they had seen me perform in Columbus, Ohio, a couple years before. So, seeing me entirely across the globe is really about as far apart as you can get and still be on the same planet. It's pretty amazing.
Unreal Like a Dream is harder to define as I rap for about 1 minute, and the rest of the time it's just music. I dreamt the guitar part and built the rest of the song around that guitar part. The lyrics are about the rest of that same dream. What was that dream?
The lyrics really kind of describe the dream about as well as I can remember it. I was just there and I was playing guitar. It was this guitar that I was playing. And I don't remember the exact part now, but it was something where I was definitely had my fingers on these strings and I was sliding down. And the amazing part is when I woke up and recorded that, my finger positioning was almost exactly the same on the guitar when I recorded it as it was in my dream. And the reason that's so amazing to me is because I'm not classically trained. I don't know the notes that I'm playing. I don't know the chords that I'm playing, but apparently I've heard them enough that I could even visualize the finger picking position that I had. It was raining at one point and I just saw some random people staring at me. And so I just wrote down what I could remember of the dream in lyric form.
I wanted to ask about like your process of making music and stuff. Cause as you said, you don't I'm guessing do you not understand theory at all, or you don't understand theory? You don't, or how does that?
In the last couple years, I've learned a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. I actually used an app called Musician, which knows what notes you're playing. It can actually understand what notes you're playing. And so I would do something and be like, oh, I do that. I just didn't know what it was called. Because the way I learned guitar was I would just randomly, okay, what happens if I do this with my fingers, or if I bend this string, or if I hit these together, if I do whatever. And all those things had terms. I just didn't know them. Oh, so I'm technically learning something that I kind of knew, kind of didn't. I still have to like look stuff up if I'm looking at notes and stuff like that. So I have some idea on the music theory now, but because of the way I developed it, it doesn't really dominate the way I make music. Usually I'll just start humming something, or I'll just sit down and just start playing, and then I like what I hear, and then I just keep repeating that, and I record that, whether it's on the guitar first or the bass first or the keyboard first, and then build the rest of the song around whatever instrument I started on.
So have you ever had like a rap battle or anything? Like, has anyone ever came up to you like at one of your shows and been like, yo, spit, like, let's go? And like,
I've had a couple of situations. There was one where somebody wanted to battle rap me, and I was like, I don't really battle rap, but we can just take turns, freestyling. Yeah. And so that's just what we did. So it became like a friendly battle, I guess. Okay. And then there's one pretty funny story about a coworker of mine. His name's Noah. He's actually been in some movies. He was in an episode of New Girl as well. But he delivered pizzas with me at the time and was like, we're going to rap battle. We're going to rap battle in the lobby. And he won. He wasn't rhyming most of the time, but he was just vicious, like some of the most vicious stuff. I don't remember what he said, but it was so mean that I couldn't really reply to it. Like, he clearly won on the meanness factor, even though he wasn't rhyming all the time. So I was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm retired. I haven't battle rapped since.
From chat, we have Batty. What is your favorite instrument to play?
That always comes back to whatever I'm best at the time. Okay. So probably the guitar most of the time. Okay. Otherwise, the keyboard.
From Chef, what is your favorite place to perform and your favorite song, as well as your favorite song to perform?
I'm always biased towards my newer stuff. So since track 9 is my favorite song on my new album, it is actually my favorite song that I've ever made. And then my favorite to perform is probably Extra, because enough people know it that they get into it, and they'll start doing the chorus with me and even start rapping along in the verses with me. So it's just the level of crowd interaction with that makes that one my favorite to perform.
Okay. And then Batty also asks, has he heard of yodeling, and does he like it? It's such a random one, Batty. Have you ever heard of yodeling, and do you like it?
I was just getting ready to try to yodel, and I started doing it, and I remembered I went to a playoff game this weekend and lost the high end out of my voice. So yodeling would sound like this right now.
You sound like Shaggy. So we got the new Shaggy, guys. It's his channel. Let him have it.
All right, just coming to you from a snowy fort, because this song is about living life as though it has just begun and letting the light hit my eyes for the very first time. The song is called Next First Breath.
Let me take my next first breath.
Let me experience the beauty of my first sunrise.
This next song is called Track 9. It's one of my favorites from the album Gummy. It's a rap song in 9/4 time. It's the only 9/4 time signature song I have. There are 3 measures of 4 beats followed by a measure of 6 beats.
Why was 6 scared of 7? Cause 7, 8, 9. Oh, never mind, it's actually right here on this track, and I don't need to go back. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud, in the cloud, in the cloud. In 9 dimensions, just as find directions, and I'll try to find the exits. Ride the nexus like getting hit in the solar plexus. I will let this take my breath away. No matter how long I get to stay, there's one more thing I've yet to say. I love you, all of you. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9, on track 9. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud, in the cloud, in the cloud.
Thank you all for watching the official music video for track 9. It is available on all streaming platforms as part of my album Gummy.
This is the behind the songs for track 9. Starting with the chorus, I'm on track 9 in the cloud. It has probably 7 or 8 meanings that I mean to convey. The most straightforward ones are track 9. It is the 9th song on my album Gummy, the most literal one in the cloud on the internet. And at that point, it's not just something that I created. It's something that now takes on its own meaning for anybody who's listening. Next, if you rearrange the words, instead of I'm on track 9 in the cloud, it is I am on cloud track 9, or I'm on cloud 9. There's also a deeper metaphor of not being at the very beginning of a journey. In the case of the album, because there are 10 tracks, it is very close to the end of that journey. However, my second album, Delve Deeper, is a double disc with 33 tracks. And of course, I've recorded over 200 songs, so 9 out of 200, you're even more close to the beginning, but it's still not the very first step in that journey. And as an extension of that metaphor, that can be used for life in general. I've always thought that I'm going to be at least 90 years old, and I could see myself living to be 140 with advances in technology and healthcare. I know a lot of people who've never had that mindset. They're surprised that they've made it to 40 or 30 or 25. As a metaphor, it's up to you and your own perspective how you interpret that metaphor. So those are the big ones. There's all sorts of things that track 9 can mean from an imaginative standpoint. That's all just the chorus, the just overall meaning of the song, as well as, of course, whatever your own interpretation is of the lyrics. Also, I posted a short about why was 6 scared of 7, 7, 8, 9. Someone responded with, yes, but why did 7 eat 9? Because you need 3 square meals a day. From that silly joke to a somewhat more serious sequel to playing a little basketball, 2 days before the deadline, I found out about the NBA 2K submission contest for getting my music into NBA 2K. It had to be a song that I wrote specifically for the soundtrack. It wasn't used anywhere else. So I wrote that song in 2 days because I had just finished the album Gummy and I was on a creative high. And I've always wanted my music either in NBA 2K or some other soundtrack like that. And so I made this song about playing basketball. But the third verse is ultimately about if you aren't a champion, if you don't have the level of success that you were looking for, how do you handle that? And so that third verse became actually pretty serious, which I think added to the depth of the song and makes it one of my favorite songs that not a whole lot of people have listened to. So this is just that third verse. You can obviously listen to the entire song on streaming services or watch the entire music video on my channel.
Maybe it's not even about any accolades or how much you made. It's about what you give and how you live. Is your inspiration bigger than the game? Do you even care if people know your name? What drives you to play with the best in the world? Does that then have to be unfurled? Do you need a title for validation? We focus solely on frustration. If you're not the best at everything or anything, if you're not the best, can you hit refresh? Are you happy not being a star? Staying content with who you are because you're always trying to be better than who you were. Are your wings still pure as you take off in flight into the night? Why do you want to be great? Why do you want to be great? Why do you want to be great?
Obviously, that's a metaphor for life in general as well. And the video was just me shooting to show the dedication required to even have one element of the game that you need, or one element of what you need in general, the dedication to do something that you're passionate about. This next one is another one that I think most of my fans haven't heard and that I absolutely love. The song is called With Love We Find Hope.
Such a touchy remote, with love we find hope, richer than sea notes, as our dreams float on the wings of a spirit. We can all feel it and we can all hear it and all of our lyrics.
From my snowy fort to a snowy video where the wind chill was actually -30 degrees Fahrenheit.
This is just a battery check, a movie on the factory specs, a movie on the factory specs.
Listening to songs and languages I don't understand, so my mind can expand and learn to see around me through another point of view, so I can then explain how much I love you.
And I think that verse became kind of a precursor to why I spent so much time learning other languages. And from my coldest video to my hottest, a wind chill of -30 Fahrenheit to a heat index of 110.
Dance for my life, and leave it all out on the floor tonight.
And that song, Dance for My Life, is one of the big reasons why I went on my first ever European tour, because I was running ads on Snapchat to get more people to listen to the song on Spotify, trying to hit Discover Weekly, and ended up with a lot of people listening in Dublin. So I was like, all right, I've got to go play Dublin now, especially since a few people requested to have me play in Dublin, as well as a couple other people requesting me in other places in Ireland. One other thing to note about that video is that's American Sign Language for Dance for My Life. Hey, look, it's extra in Spanish.
Te ves extra hoy, extra alto, extra inteligente, extra talentoso, extra sexy, extra asombroso. Me fui a dormir y soñé con ser un superhéroe. Estaba invencible, los rayos láser no podían derribarme. Seguí volando, siguiendo la ruta de vuelo de un pájaro. Yo sé que sueño absurdo, pero es todo de las palabras. Si la autoestima puede manifestarse tan poderosamente de mis sueños, entonces parece que debería transmitirte. Lo a ti depende de ti a decir que es verdad, entonces podemos tenerlo todo y se puede ser tan mágico. Así que cuando necesitas alegrar tu día, solo mírate en el espejo y di: te ves extra hoy, extra alto, extra inteligente, extra talentoso, extra sexy, extra asombroso.
And these next three clips are all foreign language versions of my songs as well. The Spanish version of Do What You Love, the Spanish version of Next First Breath, and the Italian version of Extra.
Tengo da porque la he hecho una decisión que la única sabiduría que he creado es ser que amo. Y he siempre deseado hacer música para conocer la vida, tomar pensamientos y sentimientos que me dan y traducirlos con la pluma del destino. Déjame tomar mi próximo primer respiro.
Sei extra strabiliante.
Oggi mi sono svegliato sentendomi un po' agitato, rossassi dal letto, è stato un po' troppo difficile, trascinandomi attraverso una routine banale, così noiosa senza sogni, solo un altro giorno su tapiron delle bollette. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I can express that sentiment in 7 languages after eating breadless sandwiches. No tengo ninguna idea de lo que estoy haciendo. Non ho idea di quello che sto facendo. Non faccio idea di che sto facendo. Jena kun de sakusafa ik habakana ugnun vajektua. Nani on shit rakagaj bun mo wakanarai. Ruthlessly inefficient but effective nonetheless. And when I wrote the lyric, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I can express that sentiment in 7 languages. I knew how to say I have no idea what I'm doing in three or four languages already, so I picked up the other ones as well, just so I wouldn't make myself a liar when I was actually performing the lyrics. That actual lyric video was for my song Just a Little Longer, which is about the fact that I just turned the age that my mom was when she passed away. So there's a whole lot of things going on with that, and took a lot of effort for the music video. It is a stop motion, so it's 1 photo per second to make that clock work. So, it's 300 plus photos, and then the time to kind of process those as well. We were there, New Orleans Square, in the middle of the summer, looking for summer, another place to get lupper, because we've been on the road since 4 in the morning. We had changed states 4 times without warning, so we were yawning, then the sunlight left the eye strain, hung a little strained, and we felt kind of strange, but we had to see what else this journey had to offer, so we took some coins from a copper. Even though I was a pauper, I felt royal, so I stood tall like loyal. This isn't the beginning, but it's a beginning, and we were feeling fine spinning on the wheel of time. The Wheel of Time is my favorite book series of all time, so that's why that reference is in there. And We Were There was about an epic road trip from 2019, and then I got to go to France later on in 2022, and so that's what that video footage is from.
Playing a little basketball in Spanish, it's jugando un poco de basketball, jugando un poco de basketball, basketball, jugando un poco de basketball, un idiot cuadro, super de manera que dice un niño llamado DJ Aldido, hey, wanna play, DJ today's gonna play, 2 minutes based off video de agave, a poco bote, rojo, nunca escucha o sonido, de reloj de alado, porque yo estaba perpetrando con el tono, porque si ves vida, I can help, no solo para sobre de DJ me para RnR Playdate, turn on the stereo, pick up the bass.
I'm also pretty certain that was the first time that I tried to perform any of my songs in a foreign language. It wasn't the last. I've done it several times since, and you'll get to see some of those clips as well. Here's another foreign language song, the Italian version of Next First Breath. Lasciami vivere la mia vita come se fosse appena iniziata.
Lasciami fare il mio primo respiro. Lasciami fare il mio primo respiro, come se non avessi mai respirato. Lasciami aprire gli occhi per la prima volta.
This was my first attempt at performing in Italian, and I did it in Columbus, Ohio. Didn't find out till later that the drummer for the opening band was actually Italian, and he gave me a huge compliment saying that he could understand everything that I said in the song, and said bellissima at the end of the performance. This next clip is the Italian version of Playing a Little Basketball. Giocando un po' a basketball, basketball, giocando un po' a basketball, basketball, giocando un po' a basketball, uno giorno quando ho incontrato un ragazzo di nome DJ ha detto, hey, when to play your dato, the days that I play. And up until this point, I had been translating my songs from English into Spanish, or Italian, or Portuguese, and in this case, I actually wrote this next song in Italian and then translated it into English, which is why you will hear there's more musical space in the English version, because I wrote the music for the Italian version and then just had a bigger musical gap for the English, because there are so many less syllables in English than in most of the Romance languages.
La tua mezzanotte cade prima della mia mezzanotte. Your midnight falls before my midnight.
And now back to English language songs. This is What We Could Be, and I filmed it during the total eclipse that took place in northern Ohio in 2024.
This is what we could be. This is what we will be. Yeah, this is what we will be. This is what we will be.
I just got back from my Ohio tour a couple days ago, which has me thinking about my European tour that's going to start in November, because that's when my lease ends, and it's just easier for me to hit the road when I don't have to pay a whole lot of money in rent.
And I'm equal parts excited and terrified.
And I wrote this poem about being terrified, but trusting that everything would work out. And the title of the poem comes from the Italian expression in bocca al lupo, which directly translates to in the wolf's mouth, but means good luck. And it's based on the fact that mother wolves carry their cubs using their teeth around the cub's neck. I've got the fear of life strolling through my veins, and it's exhilarating. I feel it waiting for me to trip over my own tongue, anticipating the spring to be sprung. But this fall is not at all what fear thinks it is, as I travel through exhilarated time and unravel newly celebrated minds that have always been worthy. I wonder if they've heard me and really listened, as my sweat glistens with the tears that change. These fears are strange, as up until now it's all been theoretical and parenthetical, extending to the margins, and those are slim. I want some large wins, but only really need a lot of bargains and continuous little victories. Life is a brilliant mystery. I don't know where it's leading me, but I'm breathing free. And I would howl, but I'm trusting the wolf's mouth, feeling the pressure on my neck and trusting that it will protect. I respect the dangers around me, but I'm glad that you found me, because now I can let go and see nothing but the glow in the moonlit haze. You get phased, but I'm still at ease, because you bring peace. Speaking of peace, I knew the album was done when I finished recording the song Move the World, because that song brought me peace as I finished it, whether it was going to be the last song I ever record or just the last song for that album. I could then focus solely on booking and promoting the rest of the tour to start in Europe to celebrate that album's release.
I just wanna help the world move. I just wanna help the world move. I just wanna help the world move. I just wanna help move the world, move the world.
Grazie mille. I am definitely going to rap in Italian now.
Oggi mi sono svegliato sentendo mi un po' agitato, rosassi da letto stato un po' troppo difficile, trascinandomi attraverso una routine banale, cose noiose senza sogni, solo un altro giorno su tappi volanti delle bellezze.
So I am at Lake Como. It is really cold and raining, and it's supposed to turn to snow in a bit. I was supposed to be performing at an actual stage, an open stage set up to the city, but due to some technological issues, we could not get it open. So I'm going to perform one song right here up close, and of course I have my heavy backpack on and my my duffel bag, because this is what I'm porting around all over Europe. This is what we could be. This is what we could be now. This is what we could be. This is what we could be now. This is what we will be. This is what we will be now. This is what we will be. This is what we'll always be. And thank you for joining me on my journey. Hopefully you can pick up something that helps me make my backpack lighter and helps me continue to go on this tour. I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me in this beautiful weather that we're having at the incredibly beautiful Lake Como. Have an incredible day.
My first couple performances of the tour were at open stages in Italy that I set up through the Open Stage app, which is fantastic that they have these stages set up throughout the city. The first one there you saw was in a train station, and I also could have performed right outside of Lake Como if I'd been able to open that box correctly, but something about the Bluetooth wasn't working or something. So I performed just right in front of Lake Como with my GoPro just for YouTube. And this next clip is from Dublin, because I went directly from Milan to Dublin, and because of the way logistics kind of worked out and the tour worked out, that was the easiest route to go. There were so many logistics on the tour though that I'll get into later with the tour recap videos.
Give me a homonym for haha. 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 Give me a homonym for haha.
For that show in Dublin, I had spent several $100s in Snapchat ads a few years back to get people to listen on Spotify and to watch my videos on YouTube, and I got the requests from people to come to Dublin, and then I spent, probably $100 just promoting that one particular show in Dublin, and I went to multiple open mics in Dublin to try to get some more people to come out locally. And the night of the show, really no one came out to see me, and just a handful of people came out to see the other bands. I was genuinely nervous about how the rest of the tour was going to go. And Chase Nova Band, bought a couple shirts and a CD, and they really did their best to try to alleviate the stress that I was feeling that night. And ultimately, obviously, I got through the tour. There was just a lot of tough financial moments. And once I got on stage to perform, you can see from the performance, I wasn't feeling that stress while I was on stage. I was just having an incredible time. And that's what music has always been about for me, is making that connection. And the experiences on this tour were absolutely incredible. Oh, and this next clip is from the official music video for Highly Irregular.
I'm feeling highly irregular. I'm feeling highly irregular. Stop me by the dragon's purr and the kraken's fur as the action spurs from the wrong side of the rawhide as the horizon slides, trying to ride the line's prize, but even one leaves me emaciated in the space we made it, and we barely evaded as it gets faded. Now I'm uncertain that the curtain is imaginary or a signature symbol of the immature, riddle caught in a web of eps and echoes, trying to find the edge of the legend, let go. But the adhesive has me twisted. I want you to love me as we give from the gifted and one pieces we drifted in the unpredictable confines until we got snagged on vines and had some illusionary control, using area control to help repair the bridge where the ridge circumvents the system. No recompense for wisdom, so if you understand, I'd love to be enlightened, feeling small like a titan when one looks up at bodies celestial, infinitely small but perpetual, always making progress like Morpheus, running around the Mobius land and strip with hands of grip, afraid of a potentially better circumstance, sticking with the pure dumb dance where something is always attached to the anchor point, failing to ignore its successor due to stresses that make us feel as a yes, you're on the right track. I believe as we retrieve a reprieve from feeling naive, my brain is a sieve and I don't know if it should be thick, so it trickles or let loose so that getting hit by a prickle just tickle, and I could laugh it off with a brand of cough like a three-handed sloth falling in slow motion, looking for the perfect quotient.
Most of that video was filmed in Edinburgh and Swansea, with a little bit in Liverpool and a couple other places as well, all of which are places I performed in on the tour.
The song Move the World brings me peace, as I mentioned earlier in the video. I knew the album was done when I finished the song, and to be able to film this video while I was on tour in Europe is absolutely incredible and adds to that piece. And the fact that there's a bunch of transportation going on in the video, you'll see a lot of train shots, is kind of just a little on the nose for Move the World.
Now we're rolling together about a stringless but still tethered by a love forged by the cosmos, continuing to strengthen as the rock grows until it's planetary and then interstellar, rising from under cellars to reach the limits of the universe, letting that love disperse to dimensions beyond comprehension. I just want to help the world move. I just want to help move the world. I just want to help the world move. I just want to help move the world. 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 I just want to help 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 move the world. Move the world. Move the world. Move the world. I just wanna help move the world.
It was obviously very windy that day at the East Pier in Dunleary. It was also very cold, but the memories were very warm.
My 2-week tour recap for my first ever international tour. So far it's been Italy and Ireland. Next week I'll be in the UK. I did 2 open stages in Italy. I had another one that didn't work, so I performed at Lake Como in the nearly freezing rain and did that video just for YouTube. You can see that in the description. I had my first Italian concert. I went to see La Rappresentante dell'Ista. It took me 3.5 hours to get 12 kilometers, and I still had to get an Uber Black the last bit of it, and then an Uber Black on the way back. I had 3 open mic nights in Dublin. One that didn't work out because I signed up too late for the one at Chennai. I'm actually going to Chennai tonight at the 15-day mark of the tour, but it was a little bit of a missed opportunity. I had a full show in Galway. Basically 3 Americans showed up toward the end of it and caught a song or two. I did 150,000 steps in the first 12 days. My phone wasn't tracking my steps for the first couple of days, so I don't have those. And I had 40 pounds of luggage on while I was doing that. I have sold 1 shirt and 2 CDs so far for a total of 30 euros. I've gotten 2 $50 tips from existing fans, and that's absolutely huge. If I could do that every single day, I could tour indefinitely. $100 a day would allow me to tour indefinitely. And so huge thanks to Josh and Meyer for those $50 tips. I've done $13 in voiceover work, and I had a $50 video editing job that has kind of been limbo. I had to deal with the train strike, a lot of mishaps, some logistical challenges, some absolutely incredible moments, and a major change in my sleep schedule.
Okay, so the reason I put the emphasis on the Jaffa cakes there with the little up arrow is because the Galway show is where I was introduced to Jaffa cakes. That was by the bartender there in Galway. And then at the Swansea show that you're going to see next, that's where the bartender told me about the song Jaffa Cakes Go Hard, which was my #1 takeaway from the tour, because that song is just so addictive, and it's about these wonderful Jaffa cakes. If you haven't had Jaffa cakes, go order some and watch the video. If you have had the Jaffa cakes and haven't watched the video, then go watch the video now. I mean, after this video is done. But anyway, this Swansea show, I also got to meet some longtime fans that had been commenting on my YouTube channel for a couple of years. And when I was there, he told me he'd been following me for about a decade. So it was a really surreal experience to get to meet a long-term fan in Wales.
All right, let's get all that coughing out of my system before I do this. I'm feeling highly irregular. I'm feeling highly irregular.
Historical rivers with memories of penance and obfuscations and miscalculations that we need to earn our redemption, invading perfection from a deeper spiral further within the abyss. As the journals that try to decide to dismiss, so we can be free from judgment and find where the love went. I'm feeling highly irregular. Still feeling highly irregular with that branded cough, but I did get every word right of the song. So this performance will be going on YouTube as long as that holds out.
Context clues? What do you mean by that?
My #1 takeaway from this tour is that Jaffa cakes go hard because they're not a biscuit. My flight to the US leaves in less than 15 hours. This seemed like the right time to do the tour wrap-up video. I have been out here for a total of 65 days. Tomorrow's the 66th. And in that time, I've had 8 full shows, an extended open mic, 14 other open mic nights, and 2 open stages in Italy. 2 of the other open stages didn't work out. The actual level of expenses for the tour is more than I want to calculate right now, but the short version is that I'll have about $7,000 in additional credit card debt to pay off. And I got to come up with money for rent and all that too. So I'll be working constantly doing Uber, Lyft, Sporkle, Fiverr for voiceover work, user testing, and then spending a couple hours a day doing improving my skill set and applying for jobs. And as soon as I have some money saved up, I'll get my haircut and shave. But right now, this beard is growing on me. I'll be staying with family very briefly when I get back, and then be staying at nightly Airbnbs until I have money saved up for rent again. At this point, I anticipate it's probably going to be a couple months before I have my own place. So I'll be focused heavily on all that, but at this moment, I'll be focusing on my favorite moments on the tour. And simply put, those favorite moments were when I got to meet people who had been commenting on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or all of the above for years and never got to meet them in person because I live so far away. So being able to make those connections was absolutely incredible. Also, of course, there was an incredible amount of stunning scenery, which you can see in some of the short videos that I made, or for the music video for Move the World, or Highly Irregular. I will also specifically mention Theater am Gleis, which means theater on tracks, because it's right by the train station. I felt like Cher, because backstage they had mirrors set up because it's the theater, and they had snacks for me. So just felt like a true rock star, again, like Cher. And I won't go too deep in this review because I've gone more in depth with some of my longer form videos on the tour updates earlier, but I will just say a few things. Because I was very budget conscious, I was never really near the city centers. It usually took me about an hour to get to where I wanted or needed to go. So I get to experience more of daily life as opposed to feeling like a tourist. Even though I was a tourist, I never once felt like I was on vacation. This was always about touring and obviously experiencing things and meeting people and being able to have conversations in Italian with Italian people while I was in Italy was amazing. Studying for the 8 months beforehand to learn enough Italian to do that was very rewarding. And walking as much as I have means that I've lost about 15 pounds in the last 2 months. It may even be 20 or 25. And I have taken to saying succeeding slowly instead of failing. Speaking of differences in languages, there are obviously a lot of differences between American English and British English. The one that kind of stands out to me the most is these doors that say WC on them to mean bathroom. I looked it up, and when I found out that WC means water closet, I actually went, what? I never looked up the origin, but it hurt my head for a minute in a pleasant way. I may look it up at some point, or I may not. Feel free to leave a comment if you know the actual derivation of water closet, where they came up with that phrase. If you want to see more of my daily tour updates, you can watch more of my short form videos, because I show a bunch of places that I've been and kind of summarize what happened in a shorter daily life.
So in between the end of that tour, which was January 22nd, 2025, and this next video that you'll see, which I recorded in April or May, I did work about 70 hours a week driving for Uber and Lyft, and then my alternator went out in my car. Couldn't afford to get it replaced through a repair shop, so I ordered a part online, put it in myself. Car worked for a few miles and then stopped working, and so I saw what it was worth and tried to sell it, but the dealership wouldn't buy it if it wasn't running. And so then I told them to take a look at it to see what was wrong with it, and they misplaced my car for 7 weeks. And when I finally was able to get a hold of them 7 weeks later, it turned out that the old battery had just died. And so a little bit of a goofy experience, but I flew back down to North Carolina and brought the car back up to Cincinnati, because I'm staying with family in Cincinnati. Got this job in April after not being able to drive for Uber and Lyft anymore, and I love my current job. And some of my musical equipment is still in the storage unit because I forgot to grab the head of my electric drums, and I don't have space for it anyway where I'm staying. But once I'm back on my own, I'll be able to play instruments and things like that. But this next video is completely a cappella. The song is called I Dig a Doo, after something that my nephew liked to say for a while.
I dig a do when I get out and play, even as life tries to get in the way. So I'm leaving these side yards with a cyclops with my mouse flipping to the ground with some little bit of sound and take a rest on this nice concrete on beat. I'm beating defeating those that want to eliminate my imagination, combating inflation by disrupting stagnation. The steps may not make any sense, but every stone in the journey is what they've earned me. So I rock on.
And again, after not having access to all of my instruments, I decided to make an acoustic hip-hop song.
Bammy blammy, it's a whammy since I've been in the bird. It's been in my head, standing on this Kafka-esque-alator.
Okay, I'm actually going to explain that Kafka-esque-alator line now. Mitch Hedberg is one of my favorite comedians, and he had a joke that was pretty funny of an escalator cannot break. It can only become stairs. It just changes into something that's still useful, and maybe more useful if you like getting your steps in. Kafka wrote Metamorphosis, hence the change in escalator to stairs, and Kafka-esque can then be the play on word with the Kafka-esque-alator.
Clears mud as the flood hit the thud as it falls apart louder than hollow hearts. Stopping for the wallow short so I don't holler and squalor at the parlor in the harbor. Instead I'll stop a bar with the brabber, match my look to my mental state and operate with an open gate until I can remove the hinges completely. Hinges won't beat me, I'll raise the bar until I can lower my APR all the way to zero. I've got a long way to go to get anywhere near low, but here goes. Paid my new seller dues, now I am level 2, so I'm hoping my prospects change with my perspective. Reflective of the struggles, aroused in the rubble, my eyes of the bubble and a pot. So start look behind me and remind me of the time we used to have until the future passed by. Never asked us why, you told us how. Even when every New Year's Eve we renewed our vows, I guess they were drowned out by wows, and we can no longer take our vows because the curtain fell a long time ago. And then when your clothes replaced by dust road, we haven't returned to learn if it's settled. It's where we yearn and we pedaled until we lost enough money to call it a day. So now it's time to get back on the way.
In 4th or 5th grade, I had a teacher write a note to me in a notebook and then turn it around and realized that I had already read it. So she was like, oh, you can read upside down, which made me realize that I could write upside down, which came in very handy for this lyric video for for Burning the Page. This song is also completely a cappella. I do all of the music with my mouth like it's pitch perfect.
So quick to assess the risk of a guess, as they didn't know if I was a prince of a guess or a thief in the den. They didn't believe in it then, but now they can't get relief with the zen because it was too brief of an end. So they express grief to the pen and redeem themselves by giving me another chance to take advantage of the circumstance. I think the author put the offer. I don't want to be a bother. I figure probably won't be a bother. I'll continue to wind up and won't squander the moments I have a hope and a love and appreciate that. Wow, it's an easy way to now.
Burning the page will stop the progress. Learning the age, knowing I'm not flawless. Spurning the rage pieces, oh yes. Earning the wage and treating your mess.
We feel like I'm speaking in riddles and eyeball time, but I hope you see what I'm saying when I'm all done with you. Keep on playing, which is why I'm working on the site. Want to see on dreams so we can siphon in what we need on the team. Always felt out the end of doubts, growing from beginning routes to winning routes. But constant growth, close raving invariably. This is clearly we can barely believe, rarely deceive. But the plots and schemes and nefarious, whom we can barely trust. We stare at dust and wonder where truth came from, so we can gain some before the rain comes and wash away any remnants of the sentence that was so badly destroyed. Annoyed that we focus so hard on the grain that we ignored all the good that remains. So now it's time to reclaim control over sensory perceptions to sense the deception, but no longer letting the shape of focus using our own locus or being open to what it shows us.
Burning the page won't stop the progress. Learning the age when we're not flawless. Spurning the rage pieces, oh yes. Earning the wage and treating your best. Burning the page won't stop the progress. Learning the age when we're not flawless. Spurning the rage pieces, oh yes. Earning the wage and treating your best.
There it is. 19 years on YouTube, 33 years of making music, and almost 47 years of life. Thank you for being a part of my YouTube journey, part of my musical experience, and part of my life.